Hello and welcome to Action Figure Powwow. I'm, of course, your host, Jay, and joining me, as always, is the strange doctor himself, Paul Sherman.
Hello. The
Hello.
doctor's in.
Yes. So, how are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right, Captain Jack Sparrow. How are you?
Well, we had Jack Sparrow with us, actually.
Yes, you channel the spirit of Jack Sparrow. Check out Jay's Instagram. Anyone who wants to.
I actually
Facebook
bought a life-size cardboard cutout of him.
Do you know what? It took me quite a few looks at your profile picture to go, hold on a minute, that's not a dude in the background, it's a cardboard. I was like, that's a great cosplayer there. Yeah,
no, I got it as for our selfie corner. So there's Jack Sparrow there in the background. Nice. We have a selfie with him. Yeah, we had a pirate party at the weekend. So that's what that's all about. Yo-ho. All right, so, I mean, we've got quite a bit to talk about from a Hasbro perspective. And then we've got just a few figures each that we've picked up since
we've always got a few figures that we picked up in the last week.
Yeah, but this time last time I think we had tons of them. I'll tell you what, I'm trying to be good this month because I think next month, the next 3 months, I think are going to be horrible.
I've got so many pre-orders dropping in the next two. I've got Surtur, Ultron, Stealth Iron Man, Guardsman, two Guardsmen, two Iron Man.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, same day release. I've got Surtur coming. Yeah, the 1st of September it's meant to be.
Nice.
Yeah, and then you've got someone like hitting imminently. You've got they've got the Webman, and then you've got the Spider-Man for 2099.
When are
coming
they
in the next 3 months? So they're scheduled October, November. So in the next sort of 3 months or so. But I've got a crazy few weeks.
October, November. When I go through, I'm like, that one, oh God, that's October. Okay, next one, oh, that's October. Next one, oh God. And then it's like set of 5 October. I'm like,
yeah.
And then I've got like, and mine are Marvel and Joe's, and I'm like, oh God. And I've got like Snake Eyes of Timber coming. I've got Breaker with the Ram. I've got like,
of course, yeah.
I'm like, oh, what have I done? Why? So yeah, that's going to be great from one perspective.
It's always a way. You sit there and you get excitement of ordering them. Then the next phase is, shit, I've got a lot of pre-orders coming in, X, Y, Z specified period we're talking about. Then there's excitement when you get the shipping notification. Then there's the absolute excitement then there's a mild panic of, I've got to get to the postman. I've got to get them. I've got to get them before the missus. And then there's the joy of opening them up.
And then there's that little, I don't know about you, I have this little bit of regret as well. And it's not that I wish I didn't have it. I'm like, oh God, like, because there's the knowledge in the back of your mind about the cost. And actually, it's one of the things that I don't like about buying from Hasbro Pulse is that, unless you know about this and I don't, but there's no way to prepay.
No, that's right. Yeah, no, right.
So they come out, and that's why I cancelled my Breaker and the Ram.
Okay.
On Hasbro Pulse, and I went to Star Action Figures and I paid it on PayPal because that means I've prepaid it. So when that one arrives, that money's gone already. And I just wish that they would put that option in, because I just want, when I do my pre-orders, let's say we've got that Age of the Apocalypse line that's coming.
Yeah, I think
I've ordered like, I don't know, 5 of those or something. At the time, I would have probably gone, okay, I know I've got like certain Joes coming, and I might have had a couple of other, like, I think Webman was already ordered. I did Spider-Man 2099 at the same time. So I would have probably just split it and gone, well, I can probably pay for like 3 or 4 of these now, and I'll let the other ones go. And it just lets you manage it better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
just
want that option. And I don't know why they can't put that in. Why can that not be a thing?
It is weird, and gone back to style on a couple of things, and that was one of the reasons for that. But the other predominant reason was I found a couple of items at the moment that Star are getting earlier than Pulse.
Everyone gets them earlier than Pulse.
It's crazy. I don't understand it. And then, and if you look at, so Hasbro now seem to be putting, so let's take Legends for example, they seem to be coming at $20.99, $21.99 now at the minute. They seem to just sneak them up.
Yeah, well, they announced that recently though, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah, a couple of months ago. So fine, it's free postage. But if you go to Star gone the other way. Star now sort of $18.99. It's brand new figures. So you put the postage on, same price. In some of them, it's 50p cheaper. And not that 50p bothers me. I'm not worried about that. But for the same price and to get it earlier, because Pulse have just started putting that. So the Ultron in the next Iron Man wave, we got the modular Iron Man, the Stealth Iron Man, and the Ursa Major builder figure. That Ultron, which is the classic comic Ultron, that's just been pushed back from the start of September to the end of September. Now,
right.
Do you know what? That money-wise, that works fine because it pushes it. My payday's on the 22nd, so it pushes it past the 22nd. So I got 4 from that wave coming at the start of the month, and then I've got that one coming after.
I just missed out on that.
I want to get them.
I mean, I've got them on order, but you know how Gaming Geeks, how he sorted me out with the hood. Yes. I actually wanted Ultron, and he just sold his last one.
Oh.
So if I had been like a day earlier, I'd have had it by now already. I'd have had it in hand. On our last show, I'd have had it.
Absolutely, and you know, and that's the thing. The Guardsman isn't shipping until the end of this month. Yeah. From Hasbro, I'm getting it Saturday.
Yeah.
Coming from Gaming Geek Saturday.
Yeah. Well, he's shipping it tomorrow. So.
Well, I think it could be before Saturday, and he's click and collect. So I'm sending it to my local Argos pickup point. Try and get it on my way home from work. Have it in the work bag.
You're sneaky.
Oh yeah.
I
only have Hasbro Pulse stuff come to the house now. Everything, even Star goes to the local post office collection point.
It's like last time I walked past this room, there's only like 5 or 10 figures. What's going on? No, it's always been like this.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'll tell you what's going to rumble me. It's the packaging. Because I say not the box, the figure comes in, pop, and the green bulletproof vests that Star action figures put their figures in. I keep a load of it so I can obviously protect figures, or if I'm going to post stuff or sell stuff or do whatever. Yeah. So I keep the stuff. So if my missus wants to do an audit of the office, you can just see the bubble wrap is going up to the ceiling. You know, I could just say I'm buying bubble wrap because that's obviously very cheap.
Yeah, so. it's my new thing that I collect. I've given up on figures, but bubble wrap, that's the in thing these days.
All the kids are doing it.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so speaking of Hasbro, they had a Fan First Wednesday just gone.
Yeah.
So at the end of that, we got the pre-order of Tigra came out.
Yes, finally got it. Yeah.
And they announced, what else did they announce? Oh, it was all the what-if characters.
Yeah, the what
I was very happy because this Fan First saved me money. There was nothing there that I wanted. And I know a lot of people online, I was surprised actually, because when I watched it, I thought, no one's going to be that interested in that. And there's a couple I was like, that's okay. And I was like, you know what, if it ends up on sale somewhere, I might pick it up. And I thought, not many people will be interested. I was looking in the comments section, people like, oh man, this is so cool, I can't wait to buy it. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
surprising.
I mean, look, the Hydra Stomper looks cool.
Yes.
And I thought Captain Carter looked cool.
Very cool.
The head was great on that.
Really good on that
the
one.
The body was like part man body, part woman body. They'd used.
Yeah, the boots look very. I'm sure there's a Captain America figure that they've come off. Yeah.
Yeah. But so there was that. There was T'Challa as
T'Challa as Star-Lord. There's a very comic accurate, apart from the blonde hair of Nebula.
Yeah.
Very comic accurate. There's the Spider-Man as the zombie hunter, so he's basically got the cloak of levitation.
And you've got a bit of blood on his leg and some dirt on his boots. And then if you took the cloak off, it's just Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man
quite a cool Peter Parker head.
Peter Parker head is really good.
Yeah.
good.
But I
It's
don't
just
actually.
bordering. It's bordering on the animated look though, because
Well,
obviously
they all.
the
Yeah.
take from animated series. Yeah. So I've ordered the Doctor Strange, the Dark Sorcerer, because that what if story is what if Doctor Strange turned to the Dark Dimension instead of being Sorcerer Supreme. So
I like that figure, and I considered it because I don't have a Doctor Strange. But then I thought, well, I want the standard Doctor Strange. You know, I don't want like an alternative version right now. And actually, I don't even think I want an alternative. I just want Doctor Strange. You know, the Spider-Man, going back to that one, what I don't like about it is that the webbing is just it's not painted. It's just sort of like inset. You know, and I don't like that so much. And I actually, somebody online did a Photoshop, and they're like, this is the version we wish we had. And they literally put the lines in, and around his eyes, they just made the black bit thicker, and it looked wicked. And I was like, if it looked like that, I'd have been buying another Spider-Man. Yeah.
And I guess they had to do something different because it is as close. It's actually the Spider-Man costume that he wears in the Disney parks. So it's close to the Homecoming costume version from that movie, but it's Disney's own spin on it. Obviously, that's a Sony licensed character, so it's their own spin on it. But yeah, there wasn't enough for me to want to buy that one, that Spider-Man. So I bought Doctor Strange. Obviously, got the Tigra. I do like the look of the zombie Captain America, but I don't want it and I don't need it. So yeah, it works.
I need a cap, so that wouldn't really work for me.
I was quite pleased it wasn't a massive, big. So, I mean, I like the Watcher Build-A-Figure, but I don't like it enough. I don't like it over the Watcher I've already got. I've got the Diamond Select Watcher from a few years ago, which is perfect. So I prefer that. I love this one. I prefer that one. So I was like you. It wasn't bothered.
I would have wanted this one, but I don't want to buy the figures to get it.
Yeah.
You know. And then there was another one. They announced another figure. What was her name? Red. I've forgotten now. Do you remember?
Oh, Binary.
That was it. Yes.
Captain Marvel. So Carol Danvers went through a stage of being Binary because she's had loads of identities. She was Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, Warbird, Binary, and it is really cool comic book story where she becomes Binary. I know I'm going to end up getting the figure.
So that one's going to be a Walgreens exclusive, right? That one. Yeah. Is it Walgreens or Target? I think it's Walgreens.
It's Walgreens. That one. Yeah. There were no Target exclusives in this last set, which is nice.
Yeah. And then, of course, as we just spoke about, there's the Hydra Stomper, which looks great, and it has those handles on it so that Agent Carter can hold on and ride along on the back. It looks
great.
It's nice, big as well, isn't it?
It's good size. I'd like to see it. I think it'd be sort of one I will wait. If I see it in a toy shop, a Forbidden Planet or somewhere, I think I want to see the actual figure to know whether it would go well with all the comic versions Iron Mans I've got.
Yeah.
Which is a lot now, because I just ordered the second 80th anniversary Iron Man.
It's up to like 48 quid or something at the moment, isn't it?
Expensive.
So, but they compared it, and they size compared it, didn't they, on the video, and it looked great. It looked really cool, and obviously it's got like a moving rocket pack, and
it has. I think
it comes with all sorts of bits and pieces.
For that price, it's the same price as Serta, who's 13 inches.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what it looks like.
Yeah.
I kind of hope I don't see it, because it'll be the sort of one I see in the shop.
Well, this is one of those ones that I'll get a message from you, and you'll be like, I was going past this shop. This never happens to me. This only happens to you. I was going past this shop, and they just had it there in the window, and then I had to buy it. And I'm like, I never go past a shop that has that. There's never a shop where they have that.
I'm so lucky. I live in these super places where we just get these little gems around us. Very lucky.
People that just like to take your money.
They do. Someone must phone him in advance. Go, Sherman's on his way. Get the Marvel Legends out.
That's it. Yeah. No, I've seen him. They've got like a lookout. He's like whistles. He's coming.
Send carrier pigeons over the top of messages.
So, and there's a couple of things you were mentioning about Hasbro at the moment.
Yeah, they are. I think I don't know why they're slipping behind on their orders. And they're getting beaten to shipping by other companies at the moment, which is fine because now there's been a bit of a trend for that. I won't rush to order everything, day of release, or if it is on some things, it's 24 hours after
You
6,
mostly
6
don't
p.m.
have to,
UK
do you?
time.
Yeah.
Getting a lot easier now to get stuff from other providers, which is great because that's what you want as a fan. You don't want it. It takes the joy out of collecting if it's an absolute ball ache to try and hunt the figure down in the first place. And there's that, but then there's what they revealed the first tier for the Galactus figure this week, which caused absolute. I mean, there's always uproar on Hasbro pages. There's just idiots. It's just idiots. Constant spamming. Don't do exclusives. We hate you. Just morons who just post bile basically. But the overriding feeling was so the setup is, for those who don't know, the setup is 14,000 backers is needed for the £400, $430 Galactus. If the 14,000 achieved, those people get Galactus. Then the next stretch target they've revealed at 16,000 is for the Nova figure. That's Frankie Ray Nova, Puma Torch's girlfriend from the comics, which looks okay. Looks quite a decent figure, very simple figure, but works classically with the look of that comic. That's got to hit 16,000. So if it reaches 16,000 backers, everyone who's backed it gets Galactus and Nova. And then the next stage is going to be 18,000 backers, which is going to be a Silver Surfer. It seems to be. That seems to be rumoured. If you look at the silhouette,
doesn't it? Yeah.
It looks like a Surfer, which is frustrating because there's been a load of Surfers, and very recently, and there are a load of other Heralds that you could have.
Maybe they're just faking everyone out with that.
I hope so. But
I reckon they are. I don't think. I think it'll be something else.
I hope so. What is quite clear, I think, is they're struggling to make 14,000, and that's why they teased the second tier now, because 10,000, and they've got
by the end of August, though, right?
End of August, got 3 weeks.
They'll do it by then.
4 weeks left.
They'll do it by then.
It's really slow. They hit 9,000 in the first week, and they've only gone 1,000 in the next 2 weeks. Difficult time of year. People are still away. Globally, I do feel they'll hit it, but I think it's a struggle, and I think that's why they pushed the 16,000 out now. But I haven't actually looked today how much it's jumped since then. But I think we'll do well to get the Nova figure as well. I can't see it.
I saw when they put on. It was on one of the. It was Mr. Stevie. He's a Hasbro guy. He's a UK guy, but he does. I think at HasCon last year he did the intros and everything. He was the guy talking at the beginning. Throughout that guy, and he had posted about Nova, and then Dwight put underneath because he had made a comment. He goes, "Yep." He's like, second figure we're using those nice double jointed elbows on, blah blah blah. And I just replied to him, and soon you'll give us double ab crunch on female figures too, right? Because you can do it. Because I'm looking at it, and it's like, great, her arms can move, but the rest of her body barely can move, And then that Nova figure, I'm wondering about how they're going to do, how it's going to stand up particularly well, because it's got a lot of hair.
Yeah,
and she doesn't stand up well.
No, weight distribution is really bad. So it's the same with Firestar, to be honest. Firestar figure, she's got really tiny feet. She's got really tiny feet. The hair is great. She's got two heads. The second one has got the flowing in-flight hair.
Yes.
Dramatic, but forget it. You're almost leaning her, so she's headbutt the floor to balance it.
I do want to buy her still. And the other day, I saw the old version of Iron Man up for sale for like $18.99 somewhere, and I wondered if I should buy it as well.
I would.
I know.
Of course, I'm going to say yes.
Of course you are. But you know what? something I was going to only get my my dildo out. Here's the thing, right? The hair on all these female characters, right? Why can't they make out of this stuff?
Yeah.
Why can't it be made out of that? There's got to be
exactly
a reason, right?
It's
So
the
I'm
same
like, why
stuff
can't they
you've
do
got.
that?
Where is it? Here it is. So
Because when turning the head,
with Dormammu, that's the Dormammu fire for the hand. That's very, very pliable.
And you know, when you turn their head, and one of the figures I picked up, this is a real pain with it. You know, that would let you turn the head no problem. There's got to be a reason.
Two heads. They should do two heads. Do one with the thick mold, if you want, because it obviously looks good from a picture perspective. But then do the pliable one where you can then turn the head.
But even like with the straight hair, if that was, so I'm holding it under camera. If that was, you know, not this clear, if it wasn't clear, they made it out of, you know, a non-clear color and painted the texture, the carving, everything on it is great. It looks the same. So why not have that and paint it? Why can we not have that? And actually, the figure before, I'm not going to go into our figures yet, but it's can't turn a head. Right? So you can turn a head. You have to lift the hair over, and then it's pulling out from the side of the head a little bit.
And that'll happen with. It looked like with Nova that 10,440 backers currently as live now for Galactus. So it's moved 100.
Right.
It's moved 100 since they announced Nova's moved 100.
Yeah, it's quite a high price for the figure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great figure, but yeah, I don't generally have 400 quid to just. Oh, you know what? I had this sat here waiting in case. That's not like generally my situation.
The price of the figure is not cheap, clearly, but it's 14,000 backers. The Sentinel was 6,000.
Yeah. But it was £100 cheaper, right?
It was £350 in the UK, so it was 50 quid cheaper, but 50 quid, 50 quid. But so I'm more understanding of the price on the basis that it's 20 figures.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I could buy 20 figures in 2 months sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's going to have to be disciplined on some other things. So I can do it because I know I will spend out figures. I know, I'm talking shit. I'm going to reduce my figure output. But it's a number of backers that is a concern because effectively you're making them to order. So if you're charging someone that price, you're making them to order. 14,000 seems ambitious.
You know, I saw someone comment on that, and they were talking about the Sentinel being a bit cheaper and that, and they were like, you know, a lot of people like me wanted to army build the Sentinel, so like we bought a few, and I'm like, what people? What, the ones that won the lottery? Like, oh yeah, I wanted to army build those because, you know, I just like remortgaged my house and bought like 20 of them. Who does that?
How awesome! But he's got £1,000. An army's 3, an army's not 2.
An army,
at least 3. Isn't it?
Yeah, well, with the Sentinels, you want at least 3 Sentinels. It look cool, right?
Yeah.
You want more than that, but
you do. But £1,000 on Sentinels.
If I won the lottery, I would. Figures, if I was a millionaire, I'd do it.
If I was a millionaire, I'd have a fully working Iron Man armor that I'd be wearing all the time. So there's no
all the time.
Never mind the figures. I'd be sitting around like an Iron Man figure. I'd be sitting around the penthouse wearing it.
I reckon it's pinchy, man.
Sipping champagne. Chafes a bit. Catches my Tony Starks.
So I don't know what's going to happen with that, man. It'd be interesting to see. And if I could, I would, but I just can't. I would totally love to.
I feel disappointment is around the corner with it.
It'd be a shame because it's a great thing. It's a great thing. Let's see.
It'd be the best toy I ever owned. But let's see. But I was buy 20 figures every time.
Right. So what else was there? What was it?
So we got some Power Ranger announcements.
Oh yeah.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Power Rangers, which, as I said to you just before this, I really would like the April O'Neil head because I think it's a good head that you could use for another character.
Yeah.
But it's nearly £50 for, it's a 2-set, isn't it? It's April
2-set, yeah.
Michelangelo, I think.
You think so, yeah. I think so.
Yeah, you know, it's just a fat Power Ranger. It's a fat Power Ranger, and then he's got a turtle head to go with him, and it's the Pink Ranger with April's head. So, I mean, yeah.
It's a very eclectic set, I'd say, isn't it, for the more discerning collector?
Yeah, yeah. And I think they did a few of the others, though, didn't they? They have done the others,
yeah,
right?
They did.
Like,
they're up now for pre-order. They're on the site now.
And you know, the Power Rangers, they're nice figures, the Lightning Collection. They're not ones that I collect. I buy them every now and again if they're on sale for cheap, just because, you know, I get the extra head. Because it's that thing. So with April, you know, it's 50 quid. I'd be paying for a head. But if you've got it on the site, like one of those, I've got them for like 7 quid, 8 quid. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I've got like a figure that's just fun to pose. You know, it's all good. I'll tell you what I did almost buy. You know, I hate when this happens, right? So it's just before I got paid, and I'd gone into the supermarket, Asda. So Asda's kind of Walmart.
Walmart, yeah.
Not anymore. Actually, not anymore, because they've sold it, haven't they? And on the shelf they had the Jazzware Fortnite 8-ball. I don't know if you've seen the 8-ball figure, right?
Yeah.
It's really cool, and it was 20 quid, and I picked it. I was like, I want this, and I was like, no, walk away, right? So I put it down, and then, as always, I can't stop thinking about it. So I come home, and I'm on my phone, and I just put in a search for it, and Smith's Toys had it for $14.99.
Oh, Smith's Toys are the best for bargains, aren't they?
Right, $14.99. They ain't been paid yet, right? And I was like, oh man, I'd buy like maybe 4 of those, have a little squad of like just bad guys that you get beaten up, and they'd look great.
Yeah.
Oh, I get paid in 2 days. All right, you know what? I'll wait, and then I'll buy them in 2 days. They had 6 in stock, right? They still had the same. No, they still had the same 6 in stock, but they're 20 quid. Like 2 days later, they've gone up to 20 quid. It's like, I don't want to pay that. I don't want to pay 20 quid. And you know what? I know it's like, well, you know, it's £20, you know, figures are worth, but I'm looking at them as like an army builder, although you do get quite a lot of stuff with them. But I don't collect Fortnite, and I just want them as, you know, you put together someone punching some baddies and they're getting like knocked down or blown up, or you know, something like that. So they're kind of like
456 quid. Okay, 480 quid, big jump, because that's a whole nother figure.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going, oh man. So I've been trying to keep an eye on them, but they must have had a mistake or something just that day, you know, because after that they went back up. The only figure that I am actively hitting Hasbro's site, because I don't know when it's going on sale, because I know there's PulseCon, and this is the PulseCon exclusive.
Yeah.
But I'm not entirely sure of the date, and I've been a bit too lazy to go and try and find out. And on Pulse it says coming soon, which is when that is the Zartan. Have you seen the Zartan?
The blue Zartan.
The one that changes colour.
Yeah.
So it's when he's cold, he goes blue. But he comes with like 5 or 6 different masks. He's wearing his original costume when you're a kid.
Yeah.
So he's got the different armor on, and he's got like a few like some different guns. Wicked box, and the back of the box.
Will it turn blue in the cold?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the back of the box, it's got a picture of his face, and you can flip it, and the mask will change on the box. So it's got all different faces. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So I'm like, cool. And it's only £36. And I'm like, that's not bad. That's not bad for like a con exclusive. Comes with a whole bunch of stuff, does other stuff. You know, that's a good price. And I'm like,
wow. And I assume you'll open it and keep the box because you play around with the cool box, but you'll open it.
I'll take the figure out, I think, just because, you know, like the other one that I have over here is wicked and everything, but, you know, it doesn't change colour. And not that I'm going to be like sticking him in the freezer all the time. He needs to go blue for a minute. I'll do it a couple of times. But also, like, he comes with all those different masks and stuff. And I'm like, well, that's pretty cool, because the standard one, you get the one mask, which is
One
the same
face,
as his original one. You know, the sort of goatee beard one.
For the goatee one, isn't it? Yeah.
But
Charles Bronson, the serial killer. That's what he looks
yeah,
like. On that one.
he's got like a little devil beard, and he's got a little pointy
Yeah.
bit, and then the moustache. But then this one comes with like, I think it's like Hard Master. It's got it might be Hard and Soft Master, Snake Eye Storm Shadow, that original mask, and I think it's got one other mask, which is pretty cool, right? Like that's
cool.
quite a cool thing
cool.
to get.
That is
£36 because you know that Zartan is a really nice figure, and for this one, as I said, they've changed the armor to be more like the original one from when you were a kid. So it's got a slightly different look, but the underneath is the same figure. So I know it's a good figure. And it's just got all this extra stuff. I think he comes with a sniper's rifle, comes with a bow and arrow, comes with his guns that he comes with this figure, and a couple other bits. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm all in on that. I want to, and that's one where I'm like, I've got to buy it because I don't want that to be sold out. I'll be gutted if I miss out on that one.
And I assume all the parts will be interchangeable with the Zartan you've already got. Yeah,
of course. Yeah, because it's the same figure. So the mask would fit and all that kind of stuff. So it just means, you just want a different look for him. You can just swap them out. It'd be pretty cool. That's the one at the moment I'm hitting. The only other thing I've been doing is, and I don't know if it's worth it. So I was looking on Comics and Cocktails, and I said to you earlier, they've got a few items on sale.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's figures where, and this is another what I was saying about the 8-ball, where when they're full price, I'm like, I don't really want them that much. Then you see them on sale, and I'm like, should I? Right. And so they've got Black Tom Cassidy for like 11 quid, and they've got Shackler.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
because you're hanging around in your pirate phase again, aren't you, with Black Tom Cassidy?
Oh no, it's just because I'm thinking for Deadpool, have some characters for him to
someone out of his genre. Yeah, that's a good shout.
But I haven't bought them, and again, it's come high. But I'm like, there's ones like that, and they've got quite a few. It's worth. I don't know if you had a look on there, but they've got quite a few.
Yeah. I like Thompson Cocktail. I bought quite a lot of them. I bought both my AIM Troopers from them, and I bought both the last 2 waves of the 3.75-inch retro figures from them as well, and they're excellent packaging, fantastic,
and it comes really quick. Really
great
quick,
price.
Right?
Very happy with them. They're one of the better sellers in the UK. They really, I highly recommend them. Highly recommend them.
Definitely. All right. So you've been shopping.
Been shopping. I did. I got a couple of the figures that I showed the boxes off on our last episode.
Yeah.
The super villains.
Yeah.
So I had 3. So the Red Skull, Doom, the Emperor God Doom from Secret Wars, and Dormammu. Yeah. We've done the Red Skull. You covered the Red Skull.
We haven't talked about it. How did you like it once you opened it?
Absolutely freaking fantastic. So much fun. Which I've done a little video which will go on the Marvel channel about the 3. I did all 3 in one video. I caveat the fact that he's an absolute evil Nazi, so I use the word fun in a
he's got that instead of his Nazi logo,
just
right?
Awesome, yeah. And I really love, which I didn't in the box, I love the maniacal grin face.
Do you? Okay.
So I've got.
Is that what you have him with? I always have him with the angry one.
I've done the angry one, which I haven't posted the pictures yet. I did a lot of pictures the other night with him with no lights on. I just shone a torchlight through the cosmic cube. So I've done a couple of those, and I've got him with both hands holding it in this sort of pose as well.
And did it go blue?
It's okay. It's okay. I've done a little bit of a touch up on it. I did a bit of editing on it, but it works quite well. So it's really fun figure. I did that with the serious face because that looked a lot better. But when I've had him posing with my Hydra Troopers or fighting my World War II cap. I've done him with the maniacal grin,
Right.
and I really love that because that is a real, that's Herr Capitan from the comics type thing. So I really love that, and it's a really, really fun figure, and I really,
was yours
like
all right? Like, because mine had a loose leg. I fixed it, although you can still see there's a bit of. I used PVA on it.
Oh yeah. No, spot on. He was fine. Dormammu was a piece of shit, but he was fine.
I added this to mine, which I saw someone else had done online, and I was like, "Oh, I'm stealing that." So I put a harness on it.
Really
and I thought it looks cool. It just adds a little something, right?
That really does. It really breaks the tunic up. I love that.
Standard gun. But if I can find a Luger somewhere, then that's what he'll be getting. Right?
Oh yes, excellent. Yeah, he's very good, very fun. I mentioned the Dormammu.
Yeah.
Because
what was wrong with your Dormammu?
So here's
Dormammu. I remember what was wrong with your Dormammu.
Yeah. This hand is now glued on completely. Which I don't think you can tell. You can just see though, if you look at it from a different angle.
Oh yeah.
I had to use a corkscrew down into that. So first of it, it's the Red Skull's body. It's the same body.
Ah, okay.
Absolutely the same body. The addition around the boots of these, like, sharp, jagged bits there, and added onto the gloves. You've got the fire, the same sort of thing, the pointed bits you get on there, and it's obviously got this chest piece on there, which is fine, but it's boring because there's no detail on it.
Right.
It's just
is it hard?
Yeah, no, it's quite pliable.
Right. Okay.
Keeps its shape where it's good. I was worried when I took it out of the box. I thought, don't be rigid, because you drop it. But it's not as good, so it's fine. The face is great. I love the detail on the face.
Shine a torch through that; it looked good.
It would look great. I've done some cool pictures of it with Dark Dimension backdrop, which I'll post up at some point. But I changed this hand over, so I put a magic hand together. It came with some good sets of fists, 3 different sets of hands, fists, grabbing, and some weird, which were meant to be magic, but they look like the Shang-Chi ones. They're in a martial arts pose.
You're right.
Which you want that, or you want something more magical than a Shang-Chi type pose. So swap these ones over. Went to pull this hand out, and it wouldn't. The pin was totally fused in.
You should have just messaged Hasbro customer service. They'd have sent you another one.
I did think about it. I got so annoyed, first of all, thinking I was just being weak, that I ruined it. So I was like, fuck it. So I had to put it out, and I had to dig in and a little mini screwdriver and then a corkscrew to remove the excess pin, which was totally like it melted into it.
Right.
So therefore I'd knackered the whole hand grip up inside, so it's very wide, the hole now. So I've dropped that hand in, and I pushed the bottom of the old pin back in to give it a bit more weight behind it, and then I gorilla glued it in. So I was like, well, you know what, it'll just always have a fist on that hand. The other one's fine, but it's just boring. It's just dull. It's not as great as I would have liked. Dormammu, I love Dormammu. He has really great versions. This costume in the comics carries a lot more detail. There's a lot more stripe to it, a lot more effects to it.
I wonder why they missed
the trick.
I wonder why they decided not to put, because like we see so many of these figures and the detail's great. So I wonder why they would just leave that out on something like that.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a strange choice, isn't it?
And it makes it look worse because they kept this plain, and I don't mind this being plain because it's fine. It's good colour.
You want something.
You want some of that around it to really make that stand out.
If we take as an example with something that's got a similar top, we got like the Arashikage ninja, where he's got this thing on top. This is the Snake Eyes body underneath. But look at the amount of detail they put on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is a separate piece, just like him. That extra piece on there, and that's it. He's got this bottom bit as well. Why could they not do that? Exactly,
and they missed a trick here because you still got the Red Skull there. The Red Skull's bow has got some pattern on it, hasn't it? Around it.
Yeah. And they've
whereas this is just absolutely plain.
Maybe they thought going for a plain look would make it interesting somehow, but
it ruined it. This just looks naff against with shiny. It's got no texture to it at all. I might, because I'm not too fussed about this figure now, I might scratch this up,
right,
and make it look sort of battle
engrave something. Oh, right,
and engrave. And I might even, if I've got the time to do it, I might engrave some mystical symbols into it, such as which that's what it's missing. Just some form of pattern on it.
Do it.
Something on the back. Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah.
So it's disappointing. It's okay, but it's disappointing. Love the colour scheme, but disappointing. Yeah, not over the moon with.
That's a shame, especially as you said, it's a character that you really like, because there's always certain ones where you're like, oh, they're gonna do so and so. It's like, it's one of my favourites, or and then you get it, and you're like, that's not what I wanted.
Fits all my criteria. Comic book.
Yeah.
Within the Doctor Strange genre, I love. Bright colour scheme. Disappointing execution of the figure.
That's a shame. Hopefully, I mean, it'll probably be a while now. But is that the first? That's the second Dormammu they've done, isn't it?
There's a builder figure. There's a Dormammu builder figure, right. And it's the one with the long trench coat and the high collar, which I never liked that version. He's got like jack boots on and that sort of thing. I never liked that version of Dormammu. Anyway, I much prefer this type costume. And there's also one in the Damnation comic book series a couple of years ago. It's more like an orange. It's the same style, but it's more orange.
But they haven't done that one, have they?
Haven't done that one. No, it looks more Halloween type costumes. Really, really cool. So you might get that at some point.
I was going to say maybe you'll be lucky.
I hope not, because it will be. I just don't want them to use that mold again.
Yeah.
Or do something with the pattern. It's a missed opportunity of that one. So shame.
That is a shame. So I'll start with the figure that I got the morning after our last show. I've wanted for a while is Black Cat.
Black Cat, love Black Cat.
Now, it's a bad figure. Looks great. Her face looks great.
That's the thing. You visually fantastic figure. Better than the one I've got. Figure.
As I said, the head can't move very much because of the hair. You can do that and lift it over, but it always feels like it's pulling.
Yeah, you're forcing it.
Yeah. So arms, single elbow joint. That's as far as they go.
That's terrible.
Right. So Black Cat, and now when I think of Felicia, she's she's a cat burglar. She'd be climbing,
she's agile,
sneaking in somewhere. Yeah,
live.
So you want her to be able to move, right? Can't get her arms past there, so that sucks. And it's not even because of these fur bits, because you can see it. They're not even blocking anything. That is literally it. That's the bend on that.
That's terrible. What a missed opportunity.
Right. The legs are fine. The legs, they do their job. They're double knee. They can get quite high up, so you could get her into sort of this kind of.
But it's even more frustrating that the arms don't.
Right, and that's it. It's like if the legs couldn't do anything, you're like, well, it just all round doesn't do anything. It's like, well, you kind of almost had it there. The hands, weird choice here. So they're the claw hands, right? Which I think they look massive, but also
true. That's a good point.
They're up downs. They're the dice one instead of the forward and back, which is a strange choice, because normally that'd be characters got a gun hand or and
just like saying I don't know to everything.
Pretty much. So anyway, what I've done with her is I swapped her hands out, which are still up downs because they're the only ones I had, but with white Black Widow spare hands. They just look like they fit.
Do you know what? They look so much smaller. I can see now.
But with her being petite, it makes sense, right? She's, you put her next to Spike, she's smaller than.
She's nimble. She's live. Yeah.
So they kind of fit. When you look at the proportion of her, these hands look more correct. Now I do like the body they've used, the shape of it is good. They've given her a shape and everything. The only thing is here, again, crunch forward is there. Right, so let's move the arms out of the way so you can see. So crunch forward there. Crunch back's not bad, but
That's okay.
Not great.
That's okay,
I mean,
yeah.
it could go more. No ab crunch. So crunch
No,
forward goes to there. So if you were trying to have her, if you could get her arms to actually do something, and you wanted to get her into kind of climbing, kind of, you know, or even, you know, even in a sort of sitting down, because you know, if you're sitting down with her feet up, so she can't bend forwards, so she's kind of like always like really rigid. It's really weird. It's really weird.
Can't even do that seductive lying down type,
you know,
thing,
you would be able to, because she can't touch her head. Her arms can't go past there, so she can't lie down. She basically can't do anything. It's a stupid design, and I'm kind of like, when you make these things, right, there's got to be a bit of quality control, surely. And someone must look at them and go, oh, this one does nothing. Brilliant. That's what people want. They want a figure that cannot be posed well.
Can't pose.
Like, why would they do that? And it just makes no sense to me. And this is
especially
why,
a streetwise cat burglar who's all about agility.
Exactly. I love, look at that. I love how you can get the
that's
legs
really good
like that. I love the legs on this. They're brilliant. That's the best part of her. And it's just like, you know, it's such a waste in a way. I said to you last time I was going to try and put the fur on from Vulture, but I can't because her hair gets in the way.
Hair gets in the way.
And then I did see there's another version of her, and I think it was a Kingpin Builder figure, and there was one of her, and the clothes are terrible. It's just like some baggy outfit, but the head, she's kind of smiling, and she's got her hair combed to the side, and I was like, if I found that on sale, which I don't, I only see it for like 20 something quid or 30 quid. I would potentially get it because my pizza Spidey's got the lifted mask smiling, and I was like, that'd be quite cool. But then I think she wouldn't really be able to get into any poses anyway. I mean, at least she can sit down, but you know, you can't do that much with her. So it's a real
ironic though, because that face is better than the face of the black cat that I've got. But the one I've got has got fantastic posability, awesome posability, and it's got the white fur collar as well. So they just haven't ever got that figure, and that looks so much better in the box. When you showed me the picture of that one, you were buying it.
Oh yeah.
If I didn't have one already, I'd have bought that one as well.
And you know, there's that famous picture of her. I can't remember the artist's name, where she's sitting down and she's got the pearl necklace. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and
porno artist Greg Land.
Yeah, but you wouldn't ever be able to get her into that pose because her arms. Like, imagine a person whose arms can't go past. Like, how do you eat? You know, you know, it's like who does that? And you know, now that it's a real weird thing because I've got her here, I've got Rogue. I'll tell you what, this Domino is probably one of the better female figures I've got.
I think so.
See the tilt,
love it.
See the tilt side to side on a
so
torso?
Different.
And this
you'd
one,
pretty much use that mold.
Tilt is there. You know, there's a little bit of tilt on her.
Yeah.
But without the rest of the posability, there's nothing. And it's like, well, now that they're going to do these double elbow joints, are we now going to re-get all of these characters? Because now I'm like, well, I still want Black Cat. But I want one that I can actually use.
Well, you can actually do something with. Yeah.
Hey, I'll happily keep the head because if they do another one, then
absolutely.
As long as they don't do that thing where they make it so that head doesn't fit it, because I hate when they do that. Then cool, you know. When you take her head off, there it goes. She's got this spiky collar there.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's quite cool. But yeah, all round disappointing. And you know, I've wanted Black Cat for quite a while.
You have,
and
that
was
a shame,
real. Man. When I got her, I was like, oh man, it sucks. Like I like it, looks nice and everything, but also she comes with. Cat.
Cat.
Yeah. So and she has her whip with a.
She has got a whip. Yeah.
Which I've put that somewhere.
How does she hold that in a grabby hand though?
It'll hold in that hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's let me show it to you actually, because it's actually a molded whip. I think it's the same as your one, right? Yours got that. Yours is in black,
whip, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So so it's like that.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
So what will
yes,
happen is it can literally just be in a wrapped around her kind of pose, because it can't do anything else. It's got, they painted the silver on it and the black handle. That was kind of them.
So you could get her into the dominatrix, holding it at each end like around like a skipping rope PE instructor.
Not very well. The one that I had her, because it's actually curved like that. So if you put it in that hand, it's almost like they've done it on purpose. It will go over her shoulder, and then she can have it held lower down in the other hand.
Lower down. Okay.
But the other hand is kind of open, so it kind of will sit over that hand. And it's almost like they've specifically made it that is exactly how you'll pose her. Like, so, it may as well be a statue. Like, we want you to have a pose like this. Okay, that's it then. That's how she'll be posed.
That's disappointing. That's such a shame.
Yeah, that was a disappointment, that one. Hey, as I say, same with Dormammu, maybe we'll get another one. I'm sure we'll get another Felicia at some point.
Bound to. Bound to.
Like Spider-Man's so popular. Spider-Man characters are popular. Hopefully, when the double elbow thing becomes a thing and becomes their new mold that they use from now on, then that's when that will happen.
It's a perfect thing. It's crying out for double elbows, double knees, even a double ab crunch, but certainly
the double ab crunch, they do it in the G.I. Joes. Like, it's not deep, and I'd like it deeper, but Lady J, she's got a double bend because the hips, it's more like the way the hips are designed. They're not as you know what I was saying to you last time about the way they twist on V, where they, they're not so much like that. It's more of it moves round in a way, and I think it just works a bit better.
Cool.
Yeah. Next.
Right. Well, let's raise the positivity, because we've only cut the figures we're not happy with. So I'm going to go back to one I'm very, very, very happy with. It is the Emperor God's Doom.
Yes. From
the Bring on the Bad Guys supervillain wave, and this is I've got 3 Dooms now. I've got the one that came with the Fantastic Four, got the retro version, which is the more comic accurate, lighter green. The one you've got. And then this one is from the Jonathan Hickman 2015 Secret Wars run, and I freaking love it. It's my favourite one.
Really?
Because
it's my
favourite one. It poses really smooth and really slick, and you don't get the same. I really struggle with the other ones to get the legs properly posing, standing, and I found the feet swivel on the other one. Maybe I just had a bad version. Weren't as good and as solid as this one. You've got really good turn on him. You've got the gun, pistol comes out of the case.
He has a Luger, doesn't he?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Sits nicely in the holder. Sits nicely in his hand as well. Pop it back in there. And then you've got the excellent... so you've got three sets of hands, which is great with him. And then you get...
that's why I want it. I want that.
And look, the jaw goes up and down as well.
Cool. I like
Brilliant.
that. Yeah.
And I popped some pictures over on my
I saw those. I like those pictures. They were good. Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing with it, and that was my kids at their art box was some yellow, like string shredded paper.
And you compared it to the comic, didn't you? You put the comic book page.
I did it side by side. Yeah, absolutely. And he holds it really well, and he holds it up, getting angry. But I really love it. It's a really, really good Doom. The cape is obviously one of the rigid ones again, but it lifts off in its entirety. So I'm really seriously tempted to go to Cosmic Capes and get the white Doom version they've got of this one.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to put him on a throne.
When you say it lifts off in its entirety, do you mean it comes off with the hood or just
No, so the hood on the side, the hood stays on.
Off. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can lift it off just on its own, to fully take it take it off, and the pin actually on the back one, this is the better one, but the pin on the back actually sits nicely to keep the cape
because the other one doesn't.
in.
Yeah.
Oh, they're a pain in the backside. I hate it. So this one sits in really well, and I am going to get the fabric cape because I want to do him sat on the throne.
Yeah.
Which is the whole point of this one. He basically
How does
saved
he
the
sit
universe.
though with the skirt bit?
It's okay because
or would you need to get a replacement for that?
No, so you've got splits on either side.
Yeah.
So I can pull that back up and sit him down. I think he'll sit quite well. So yes, I love this Doom figure.
Excellent.
Very happy with this Doom figure. Definitely one of my put this holster back on. One of my favourite ones. So I'm very pleased with that. Poses really well. I've got lots more posing and battles to do, and I've got a really cool comic accurate Thanos, which is a Diamond Select figure rather than a Marvel Legends, and it's the paint job on it is really good. It's a lot. It doesn't look plasticky. It really looks like a good Thanos. So he's going to be ripping his spine out.
Does he come with any magic effects or anything like that?
No magic effects. And interestingly, or again, this is another beef I've got with Hasbro. So he's in the supervillain wave, 7 figures. Zemnu is the builder figure, the big white mystical monster that's enemy of the Hulk. No bath part in the Doom one.
No, because they do that, don't they? Sometimes there'll be one that doesn't have anything.
Yeah. And I think that's sneaky because if you were buying a builder, if you want a builder figure, so I bought the Stiltman. I wanted the Stiltman builder figure from the Into the Spider-Verse wave.
Yeah, but not all of them came with it, right?
So well, no, they all had something
did.
in it. They all had something in it, but the Prowler only had the suitcase.
That's it. Yeah.
So all they had was the suitcase. But I just bought the set, bought the wave, and it does work out slightly cheaper to buy the wave, depending on where you go. Not much, but it does work out slightly cheaper. If you weren't, I can see if someone wasn't concentrating, or they wanted to get the lot and they wanted that Ursa Major builder figure.
Yeah,
you would go ahead and buy that entire wave, and yes, sure, you might want to do, but you're getting no builder figure part for it, which I just think it was advertised as a whole wave, but they didn't make it clear. And even on the box of Doom, it says builder figure.
Does it actually say that on there?
Yes, he says it on the box, which is completely. I don't want to get all trading standards and on phoning Watchdog.
Where's my builder figure part?
But there's no builder figure part to it.
Yeah.
And I don't want that builder figure because it's just a bear. Yeah. There's nothing about that as a major. It's just a bear. They've not even given him the Russian, hammer and sickle thing on his arm. Or they could have given him the Russian major hat. So I can go down I can go to the local tool shop and buy a farmyard animal.
Not one that poses that well.
No, not one that poses that well. But just didn't appeal to me. Didn't appeal to me. So
Timberwolf, you might want a bear to go with him.
That's true. That's true. But but the Doom figure's excellent. Really pleased with that Doom figure.
Wicked. It does look good. It's one of those weird ones. It's like it's not one that I want, but I've seen quite a lot of people post pictures of it, and it does look good. The one that a lot of people have done is because he's got hands that are like that, and they've got him on his back like cowering. And I've seen loads of people do that one.
Doom does not cower. That's good right.
So I got, I've been making this Tri-Sentinel.
Mm.
So again, Smith's Toys. They had Xavier from House of X, which is a very, 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 very plain figure.
It's just a head of any interest, isn't it?
It's just a head. And that was $9.99. So I've got that.
Oh, that's good.
They also had Frogman for £5.
£5?
Except when I went to get him, he was sold out. I was really pissed off because I'd have bought him for £5. I didn't want him, but for £5, I'll have him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Xavier comes with this head. Yeah. And he also comes with this head.
Oh, okay.
He comes with pointy finger.
Mm-hmm. The Baron Zemo hand.
Yeah. Comes with your standard sort of grip
Yeah.
And I actually used a knife to cut into this because the fingers are fused. So I decided to make it into a trigger hand by
Trigger hand. Okay, that's a good idea. Yeah.
And then that's the body. So it comes with that hand.
Mm-hmm. Two fingers. Yeah.
Yeah, like a shinobi. Like.
Yeah.
So I would like a ninja head for this. This is Pizza Spider-Man.
Is
Pizza
it?
Spider-Man. That's all it is. It's Pizza Spider-Man's body. Exactly the same. I have him right here. And it's the same.
Total repaint. Wow.
So, yeah, it was just cast in black plastic. Good body. If I had a black Spider-Man head, I would make that a black Spider-Man without a logo on it. Or if I had some kind of balaclava character head, you know, I'd make it into one of those. I haven't read House of X yet.
It's awesome. Awesome.
So, yeah, I intend to get it. But, you know, I don't really feel like I want a very plain Professor X walking around.
Have you put that head onto a regular bystander suit and tie?
I haven't yet, but it would be perfect. I mean, I actually really like this one. I think that's quite cool.
That's good. I love that.
So yeah, it'll work. It'll work like, you know, suit body. I don't have a wheelchair, but I do really actually. There's two. There's the one that comes with Magneto. It's a movie one, James McAvoy one.
Yeah.
He's got the blue suit and he's got a waistcoat underneath, and I want that one.
Yes, that is
like
good,
I like the body. Comes with a wheelchair, you know, so I could do something with that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so based on that, and now thanks to you, I'm going to have a head. My Tri-Sentinel is there.
There you go. Posted tomorrow.
And now all I need is that Jean Grey figure that, again, I don't really want because I don't think it's a very good looking figure, if I'm honest. And if I can find her cheap, I will buy it. That figure for some reason I can't find cheap. And yeah, I just want that leg.
It's holding at the moment. I'm going to not next week, but the week after, or it might be next weekend. I'm going to Space Bridge.
Okay.
So it's the kind of thing I imagine it might be a bit too early because it's been holding its value. It's the sort of thing he's going to have in his shop, I think, at some point.
Okay.
And come around. So I'll keep an eye out for it anyway.
Yeah. Just, you know, I know it's not going to be like a $5 or anything, but that Xavier was cheap. I've noticed a few of the others from that range have kind of dropped in price a bit as well because I think they just put out so many of them. But it's almost like with her, they didn't because they knew that somehow the last piece I would want would be that one. And it's like, yeah, but this one is hard to get and she's going to cost.
It's the same people in shops that sell me stuff that pass messages to each other that do it the opposite for you. Take the Jean Grey away. Jay's coming. Take the Jean Grey away from the shop.
It's not even that, but I look at it and yeah, I don't really want to pay full price for it because it's just a figure that it's not. If I do want a Jean Grey, I don't want that Jean Grey. You know, I'm like, doesn't excite me. I look at it and it's like, you know, so it's like buying a figure for the sake of getting a leg. You know,
it's one of the disappointing things with Hickman's run. Only one of the disappointing things actually that he felt the need to put her back into that costume. I know he's trying to move her away from Phoenix and move her into the original Marvel girl she was, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I just wanted something a bit more interesting. I just find that one a bit boring. Yeah, and but yeah, that's all I need now. And then I've got that'll be my first Build-A-Figure that I've ever finished. Because as I said to you, I end up building this one by accident because I bought enough figures that had that part, but not on purpose. I just bought them and then they had that part. So I was like, well, I might as well try and finish it then. Yeah, so that's Xavier.
That's good. That's a good, Right, so I'm going to move over to, this is actually not my figure. This is my son's figure that he chose for his birthday last week.
Oh, yes.
It's Bucky.
Yeah.
From Falcon and the Winter Soldier Disney Plus Limited series. The detail
Where did you get it?
Excellent. So we got it in Smith's.
Okay. So they're actually out on the shelves already, those ones.
Yeah, which I was surprised by. He didn't have the Falcon,
Yeah.
Captain America rather. So he got this one, which has clearly found its way into my stock box for tonight. But we're going to sneak it back while he's asleep back in his room where he had it stood up, posed on the shelf.
Oh,
so I'm going to put it.
Just change its pose. Just change the pose.
I do that with all their figures. I change all their Spider-Man ones around, or I hang them off there. But they love it, and they deliberately hope that I do it as well. They love it. And bless them, now they try and pose their figures like Daddy poses his figures.
Right.
I did it weirdly, slight aside. I filmed a little video of them earlier tonight. Collector versus kid.
Right.
Because my 5-year-old he wanted the retro 3.75-inch Spider-Man Electro in the pack, coming to make a video on it. So I got him them for his birthday, and he just was so excited. He just ripped them open. I couldn't get to him in time to stop it.
That was me as a kid.
Yeah, and he was so excited. So I actually did a little video with him tonight talking about the differences between a collector and a kid. So I'll go up and cut these times. But this is really well detailed. The arm's brilliant. The brain arm's excellent.
Yeah, the
face is very accurate. The torso on the tunic is great. The leg, the boot, brilliant. The boot's very, very good. I haven't seen these on any other figure actually that I can immediately think of. So they're not. I was expecting to be
cup on the bottom there as well.
Yeah, but they look very different. The only thing I have with it is it's not a very superhero-y figure, obviously, because it's grounded in reality. The program, it is great, really, really well detailed. It'd go well with the Joes, to be honest. Does
it move well?
Yeah, it moves really well. Very, very good posing on it. Good. You can get right up into good sort of position. The vibranium arm doesn't. That's as far as you can get the vibranium arm up to.
Oh, right, okay.
But it's fine for doing the old fist up in the air type of pose. But
the super-powered arm is the disabled arm.
The super-powered arm is the one with the least mobility. The one that should do everything. It's got the least.
Is it a single elbow then, that one?
Yeah, single elbow.
Why? Why would that be the choice? Because Major Blood's got a robot arm and it's a double. Actually, my Bucky's got a robot arm, it's double. So is my Cable.
But for a figure that this is a robot arm that should be able to do literally anything.
Yeah.
It should be able to do anything.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah. But pose is good. The ab crunch is great. Get it right.
Cable's one.
Yeah. It's ideal. Yeah, that's what we should have had.
Crazy.
That's what we should have had. Yeah, real missed opportunity again with that one. Ab crunch is great. Get right bent over so we can take a good old punch to the stomach and get really pushed right in there. It's good. It's okay. Again, it's not one that I didn't order it first time around out of the first wave, and I don't regret ordering it. But now I get the bonus of the kids have got it anyway, so I can play around with it. And it came with another set of hands and a nice gun as well, which I couldn't find because he's gotten us what he's done with them now. So I just retrieved it for the purposes of show and tell tonight.
Yeah,
decent little figure.
And it's good when some of them have a good ab crunch. There you go. There's
that's good.
He's just been standing here balancing like he's seen a mouse, scared. Right, my next one I'll go. This is going to knock my display over. It's Guardian.
Yeah, I love that Guardian.
So he came. He came in this box here with it's got Wendigo.
Yeah, the Wendigo, isn't it?
I haven't opened that up. Well, I've opened it obviously to get him out, but I've left it in there right now. Nice figure. It's quite a basic figure again. It's just painted on a basic body. I
love this character as a kid. I love the color scheme of it. I love his flight and his power set, and he's got a really cool helmet, his face as well. Yeah,
he looks really cool. And for me, I think we've mentioned before on here about British comics back in the 80s and that. The first time, I'm 45 now, and the first time I went to a comic shop was when I was 12. That was the first time I ever saw a comic shop. And before that, all your comics, you know, were bought in a newsagent on, you know, corner shop or whatever. And they used to do, I guess they were reprints of American comics. And our comics, they were just cheaper paper and they were bigger. And sometimes, let's say you had
Transformers, Zoids, Spider,
and in the back there would be a second story. So you might have Spider-Man, and in the back there's a shorter, I don't know, X-Men story or something like that.
Yeah.
And so Alpha Flight were one of those where whatever, I can't remember what comic it was, but in the back.
They were in the back of the Secret Wars one. So they were about six pages in the back of the Secret Wars one.
And that's
Secret Wars 2, actually. Secret Wars 2.
And that's where I used to read Alpha Flight, was in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite a nice figure. My one, that arm was fused like that, so I had to heat that up and I pulled the arm off, and then I had to bend in a stick and knife. What I do is I stick a knife in between the joints and try and get them to sort of open up a bit.
Yeah.
It's moving perfectly fine now, no problems. Yeah, as I say, it looks nice. You know, I mean, body-wise, I'm not sure which body this is. I guess it could be Cyclops, could be Spider-Man, any of those. Do you know what I mean? It's just muscular.
You've done some great
body.
Posing with him, and because he's got that mean-looking face.
Yeah.
And he's got a very striking costume. Those pictures you've done look awesome.
They look good.
When he's absolutely battering someone into the ground.
Yeah, did you see the one that I just said where I added the effect to it?
I did just before.
Yeah. I'm gonna Instagram that after. I'll put it on here maybe if I remember. Yeah, he's cool. You can get him into some good poses. You know, he poses well. He's got the double elbows, the double knees. Oh, that knee's not moving very well. I haven't pushed it that far before. Good crunch back, good crunch forward. You know,
that's great crunch forward. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice figure. And yeah, you can just get him in some cool poses.
Yeah, and that's a really good shot. I need to do some more. I need to dig him out. Actually, I've had him. He's one of the very first ones I bought a couple of years ago.
That's the as far as good. The knees go back. So they don't go very back.
No, you can't get the feet up the back.
You got this figure. You got this one, didn't you?
I got that. He's one of the very first ones I got. I think he's in the first 10 Marvel Legends I got a few years ago. I got him with, at the same time I bought him, I got the Sasquatch.
Was it the same Wendigo one?
Yeah, same one.
Oh, okay.
Same box. Yeah.
And I got this. You know, I wasn't really looking for him. I was just doing my scan through to see if I can find any, you know, maybe ones that I've missed or ones that maybe that I want that are on a better price with. And I saw him and I was like, oh, I got him on Kapow Toys.
Yeah.
I've gone through there numerous times and I'd never noticed him there before. And I was like,
he popped up.
I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll buy that. You know, it was one of those kind of moments. I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind gathering him. So I wasn't specifically looking for him. His head's a little bit loose on mine. You know, it's not the most sturdy of heads, but it's not something that'd be hard to fix if I really, really wanted to. But it's fine. It doesn't really cause me a problem at the moment. But yeah, I like it, man. You know, I've always liked his costume. I always thought, you know, that Canadian flag costume just looked cool.
I love it. Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, I got him on the very first when I first started the Marvel show on YouTube. I did a focus on Alpha Flight because we were going to talk about him on the main podcast. So I did same as you. I had a quick scan through, got him and Sasquatch together. It's £28 for the pair of them on eBay, and the Sasquatch builder figure is awesome. So I need to dig him out.
I would have quite liked to have that. Yeah. I don't know. I probably can't get any other Alpha Flight ones now because I'm guessing that was quite old. I'm sure they're
so expensive.
I'm sure at some point they'll come out again.
I hope they release them again. I mean, they've got Gamma Flight in the comics at the minute. It's basically an updated version of Alpha Flight, so I wouldn't be surprised if you get some sort of release. For 240 quid, you can get Guardian, Sasquatch, Puck, North Star, Aurora, Snowbird, and Shaman, the original Alpha Flight team, on eBay. They're sitting on there now. So it's the sort of thing, if my Galactus falls through, if Galactus falls through, I'm buying the rest of the Wrecking Crew that I need, and I'm buying Alpha Flight.
Why not? There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Not that I want Galactus to fall through, but
no, but it's it'd be a nice set to have. The only thing that if I was my gripe with this figure actually is there's one gripe. It has 2 fist hands, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah, it's got what you want is you want a Nova flight hand, don't you?
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind like a more open hand or even a grippy hand. I tried swapping him out with a Power Ranger one, but it didn't fit. It's a bit small, and also his white is kind of pearlescent. It's not.
It is, because I was looking at it thinking, could you put the Moon Knight hand in it? But it's a very different, different white. The Moon Knight's very matte colour.
Yeah, and that's it. This one, if it just had like a second set of hands, would have been fine. Just as I say, like a flight hand, or maybe like like that kind of hand or something would have been quite good with this one, because he's just always got fists at all times.
Yeah.
It's a bit, but yeah, good figure. I like it. It's very basic. Just looks pretty.
Yeah, it does. It's a good choice. It's a good choice. I've got 2 to go. We've got a very one which I had for a while, but I completely forgot because I didn't open him for ages. But now I have, and he's so cool. And I'm just getting all the accessories from as well. So I say him. I actually mean, spoiler alert, her.
Yeah,
I did the spoiler alert that quickly for anyone who's not seen Black Widow yet. It's Taskmaster, and I really, really like the figure. It's a constant battle. I do have to do a bit of warming up on it to get it moving, but when it moves, it's great. Head turn is okay. The hood doesn't come off, unfortunately, which is a shame. So I like the hood to be able to come off, particularly because of parts of the movie. I'd like the actual hood. A second hood that sits down on the back would have been great.
Like the articulated icons.
Absolutely. It's a shame the backpack doesn't come off, which is annoying, and there's no give in it, which is a shame. I would have liked a slot to be able to put the sword in, because you get some really cool accessories. So you got an excellent bow,
cool, yeah,
which is really cool,
yeah,
and an arrow.
Nice.
That goes with it as well. The sword is great.
Nice. Yeah.
So I really like the sword. It grips really well. And then the shield is cool as well.
But there's nowhere to put those. Like there's nowhere to put them on the figure.
Nowhere to put them on at all, which is very nice. There's not even the side slots on the legs or anything. And then it's got, for those that have seen the movie, it's got really cool second set of hands are the Panther Claw hands.
Right, yeah, cool.
Which goes up against Guardian, Red Guardian. So they're really cool. So that's quite good. And then get it in the old Wakanda Forever pose with the hands as well. But I like it. It's really cool. And I got both movie Black Widow costumes as well. Got the white and I got the black one as well. So this was good for a few. So I did put a few shots on Insta. Loaded up the trailer for the movie on YouTube where you've got the exploding red room in the background and follow that. But yeah, it's really cool. I've had this ages.
Yeah, you have. You've had that as long as I've had Mysterio.
Yeah, absolutely. But only recently, because Colin got it when he went up to the Forbidden Planet. So I only really recently opened it. Poses well. Boots are good. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Oh, what happened? Oh, have we discovered something here?
No, slightly different. No, slightly different.
Almost an exclusive.
Close. Almost an exclusive. No, slightly different. Oh, I thought I busted them then. No, really good. Yeah, so really like it. Really good, cool looking.
Does it have a crunch
figure? Yeah.
I was saying that's female character really with a double ab crunch.
Female crunch with double
elbows. They can do it on that one.
Yeah, they didn't put that on the box. That was female character, funnily enough.
Weird.
So it's really good. So it's great for fighting, and it looks with the close up. If you do like the food, which you talked about, the food shots on your cameras, and zoom that out, it really looks quite menacing as a skull when you put it up close with a fade on it as well on some of the shots. So yeah, I really like it. Loads of accessories: bows, arrows, swords, fists, shield. Got the lot. That's really good. And it was only 15 quid.
So the figure's better than the character in the movie.
The figure's better than the character in the movie. Absolutely. Listen to our full spoiler review on the Mighty Marvelous podcast, folks.
So yeah, so I've got 2 more, but really I've got 1 more because I've got some army builders who are currently posed like that. So these are the Hellfire Club guards. Oh, nearly knocking everyone over. I'll just use this one for now. Wicked again, much like a Guardian. It's a basic body.
Yeah.
It's been painted up, same as the Hydras. I'm guessing it's probably the exact same body as Hydras. It's right there. The face looks wicked. I love that mask.
It's
It
cool,
looks
isn't it?
so cold
Really
and
menacing. Yeah.
Right? It's like some psychotic, creep. Comes with this gun here, a pistol. That one.
Not yet.
There. Yep. And they also come with this rifle. However, I don't really feel that they hold it very well. They can hold it well in this hand.
That looks like
hand, but then the other hand doesn't really grip it. As I say, I expect it's pretty much the same figure with a different head and different paint job.
Yeah.
So posability, I'm going to guess, is identical to the Hydra figure. But I love how these come. I love that they come in these little boxes in a bag.
I love those boxes. Beautiful.
I'm very happy with that.
They should do more, because I'm really big on packaging and the waste of plastic on some of the packaging, and I keep all the backs of all the Marvel Legends boxes, and I keep all the side inserts.
Something like that with a little clear front.
And
clear front.
Store. Yeah, it's stored
right
perfectly.
Yeah, I like that. I'm very happy with that.
You could stack them perfectly.
You can. Oh yeah, easily. The next army builder is going to be the Black Hand Ninja. That was also announced at the Fan First Wednesday.
Yes, right.
It's
That's
going to be
right.
the exact same figure as the red one, so a terrible ninja figure. However, I will probably buy about 3 because then it'll go with them, and I've got 3 of those.
Hasbro gonna get
3 of the. Well, I've got 3 of the red, 3 of the Arashikage. I'll have 4 of the articulated icons if the other 2 ever arrive. These first 2, the desert ones that I talked about last time, they came within like a week. The other ones, the dusk ones, I last checked, they had gone around Chicago somewhere. So they're just going, the US Postal Service.
Maybe they're on a mission.
Whatever. But I was just like to say, these, considering they're just an army builder, you got like a boot swivel on them as well. So you've got like good motion. They've chosen a body that is very posable. Look at that head.
Really?
Look how that head looks all the way up, right? And then like all the way down. And
perfect.
And all it says to me is like, so on the cheap builder figure, you can do this. Sorry, not builder figure. The cheap army builder.
Army builder.
So why can't you do it on all the other ones?
I know.
Right? If you can do that on the army builder, why can't you do it on the other ones?
These are the frustrations, though, aren't they?
All
the molds are there. The molds are there to make the perfect figure every time.
Oh yeah, I mean, like this. This could make a great. I mean, look at the posability on it. His legs go right up high. You can get into. So I think it's awesome. I love them. They're so much fun for just posing. But they are the getting their ass kicked characters, because that's what they're there. But I mean, I suppose you could have them like chasing after them. So I've ordered 2 more, so I'll have a squad of 4. Cool. There's a part of me that wants 6, because I think in a photo 6 would look wicked.
Wow.
Either like coming after someone or getting like smacked up, and like the heroes in the middle and like knocking 2 out.
Yeah. They're perfect for Wolverine to just obliterate, aren't they?
Yeah. And the belt's actually a loose over the top belt. I've only just noticed that right now. This is a separate piece.
So
that's
an exclusive reveal.
Yeah, they've done a little bit on them extra. Yeah, they're great to have, like just getting beaten up. So 4 at the moment, maybe 6, but I know there's a lot coming in the next couple of months, so maybe not. But Capel's the only place I could find them. It's sold out
But do you know
everywhere
what?
else.
I was staggered when you got them anyway, and that you got 2 more as well. That's great, because they've been almost impossible to track down.
Yeah, so I was very happy to get those, and that's it for me. That's my last
I love it.
figure.
Awesome.
My last figures of the day.
Very good. Very good. Love it. I'm only going to finish with, I know you've got it already, but I only recently picked her up in the Entertainer for the bargain price of £9, is the Avengers Team Jacket version of. There's a very cool one back in the late 80s, early 90s, issues 343 to about 360. The Avengers all had these cool team jackets. You can see the Avengers logo. And Black Knight was the team leader for a period of time as well, and he was dating Cersei. So I'm sure some of that will lead into the Eternals movie coming up, because we've got Cersei and Black Knight in the movie. But yeah, it's just another one. It was cheap, so I'll get it. It's quite cool. It just poses really well. It's a lot of fun. You know, she's good with the I put a few shots on the Insta page of her beating up Hydra Guard, and I put her with my Mockingbird figure. Got a really cool rucksack.
Rocket pack,
as well. Yeah, rocket pack, sorry.
And she has the 2 booster shots as well, doesn't she?
She does, 2 booster shots, which I've got one here. Yeah, absolutely. Which goes with that.
Gauntlets come off.
And she's got some really cool gauntlets.
Smoke.
So she's got
smoke coming out.
She's got smoke gauntlet, which is cool. And then she's got the Fire in the Widow Sting gauntlet. So, and it's great. And you can obviously interchange them when you take the hands off, and interchange these ones here. So it's just a nice bit of fun. Again, I like the little bargain figures where I went in and saw that was like £9. Of course I'm going to get it.
And for £9, you get quite a lot with that figure.
Yeah. Oh, you do. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's one I wanted because it adds to my comic book Avengers one. Because obviously the other 2 Black Widows I've got are movie versions, which are great, but I wanted this one as a comic version, and it goes perfectly with Comic Cap, Comic Iron Man, Thor, the ones I've got. So yeah, really pleased. So it's a good.
I think I paid the same for my one. I got mine from, I think, the Entertainer as well, actually. Yeah.
They're the dream shop for surprising little finds, because they don't go through all their stock, and they don't equally source places like eBay to see how much some of these figures are worth in other places. I'm convinced one day, I hold out hope for it, I'm going to be able to get a second Captain America. I just think I'm gonna find in an Entertainer one day that Captain America.
You probably will. You probably will.
Well, if I buy
get me one. Yeah.
Do you know what? I've already got it in my head. I'm not even going to need to message you. If I find it in Entertainer, there's 2, I will buy it for you. And even if you turn around and change your mind afterwards, I don't care. I'll have 2. But I've got one. I'll have 3. So
definitely. I mean, it's not a figure. The problem with that figure is if you find it, you're kind of like, I want one to keep and one to open, because it's so hard to get. And so it was Spider-Man Day the other day. What was that? It was 60th anniversary, was it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
60th? Yeah.
No, he's 1963. It was released.
All right, yeah. So
first appearance 63.
But where's our new 80th anniversary cap? What's going on? They've forgotten.
I know. Maybe it's coming towards the end of the year, but I don't know.
They don't mention it at all. I don't think they
do
it at all.
Very surprising. And you think how many? And I know I'm a complete sucker, but I'm not one to talk. I've just bought a second Iron Man 80th anniversary from eBay, because I want to open it. So I've got a box, and I've got a box door, and I've got a box cap, and now I've got a second Iron Man loose. So
it's the same figure as the.
It's the same AI one.
Yeah, it's just that it's gold rather than yellow, right?
Gold.
Yeah.
It looks bang out the original comic book version. Yeah. So I've got that one out of the box. I've got the Silver Centurion. I've got the red and gold army war straight after the armor wars back in the 80s comics.
Got Modular coming.
Got Modular coming. I've got Stealth coming. I've got the Invincible Iron Man, the silver version from the comics, sort of 7-8 years ago version. And now I have the 80th. and then I've got the Endgame version, and I've got the Comet War Machine, and I've got the Endgame War Machine, and I've got the Civil War Machine, and the Iron Patriot. So there's me moaning about too many Iron Man figures.
I think you need that Hydra Stomper. You should just buy it.
And then I'm looking at it thinking, I've got the Ironmonger builder figure,
right?
And I've got the Mark 1 complete. Yep.
Oh wow, okay.
Glorious. And I've
got what they compared it to. Oh no, it wasn't. Yeah. No, sorry, they compared it to the Hulkbuster.
The Hulkbuster one, that's right. The Hulkbuster one is big. The Ironmonger is decent, and it sits well. There's some pictures over on.
So the Stomper came out bigger than the Hulkbuster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Which doesn't justify the price. It explains the price. I didn't justify the price, but explains the price. But yeah. So yes, I will keep an eye out for Cap. I think we'll get it this year.
Yeah.
I think we'll get it.
Keeping my fingers crossed.
Yes.
I really want a good Cap to go in my set. That'd be perfect.
I don't think they'll ignore it in its 80th year. I don't think.
Well, they're not making much noise about it. It's all Fantastic Four at the moment. And when are we getting those?
Oh God, no! Well, there'll be tier 4 of Galactus. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. Watch that. Actually, that's what's going to happen, and I'm going to be like, no.
Yeah, 200,000 backers, and then you'll get this Fantastic Four.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, all right. It's gone 1 a.m. I've got to wait for this whole thing to compile, and I've got to wake up at 7. Yay! Awesome.
Same here. I'm with you on that one, brother. I'm with you.
But you're going to go to bed now.
No. I'm going to put my toy collection and studio back to what it is in its normal daytime use, and then put everything I had to clear out of this room to make it a studio, put it back in here as well. So
all right.
I'll be up for a while.
Cool.
I'll be up for a while.
Well, I guess that we can wrap this up there. It went on longer than I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to be a bit of a short one today.
I was looking at 5 figures. This would be a quick one, but as ever, we got a lot to talk about figures. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, it's good talking to you again, dude. Let's let everyone know where they can find you on the internet.
Mighty Marvel Mix on Instagram, Marvel Mix Facebook and Twitter, and you can listen to our podcast on the Taylor Network podcast, which is a lot more obviously deeper dives into Marvel stuff. And that's it. But go to Mighty Marvel Show on YouTube as well. But don't do that until you've liked this one and subscribed and shared this one, please. That would be great. Thanks very much.
Smash those buttons as we established.
Smash that thumbs up.
Yeah. And hit that bell for reminders for when we do this again. So, yep, you can find me on Instagram. That's Spartan_X_1. It's the word 1. I'm on Twitter at 1933 Eagles, and I'm JTank on Facebook. And we're on Old Chums Geek Chat, so the page where it's all kind of started. Yeah, that's it for this lovely roundup of toys. I'm sure we'll have the whole stack more by next time because they're all boring. And the next show will be 3 hours long.
It will be pre-order mayhem. We will be here all night. Oh
yeah. So until then, I guess we'll catch you guys for another powwow. Take it easy.